Hello everyone, Darkcrest17 here, bringing to you today Naruto chapter, chapter 656 review titled Transfer. Okay, let's start off with, I expected Naruto to be on break until after the New Year thingy. Did we just get trolled by Kishi? The fuck? Anyway, whatever. This chapter was weird. The art felt rushed and dark. I don't know if you noticed. It felt like a little uglier, darker than usual. And it was a very dramatic chapter, and of course there were 5 pages in the beginning of filler, of fucking, what do you call those things? Color pages. And I was sitting there like, these suck. So the chapter starts off, actually I don't even fucking remember, but basically what happens is we find out that Madara and the First are fighting, and of course the First is winning, and he's about to seal Madara because his giant dragon sucks not only dick, but all the chakra out of Madara. But little do we know, Madara has another trick up his sleeve, which I still, when I finished reading the chapter, I did not understand what happened. But anyways, aside from that, let's continue on with the review. The summary. So, after the following, there's a big discussion between the Shukaku, the One-Tail, and Gaara, and how, like, you should help me. No, I don't want to help you, but I want to help you, and I'll only help you because I'm arrogant, and I think I'm better than the QB. And even though I'll never be better than the QB because I'm One-Tails and he's 9, I still want to prove that I'm better. So, in other words, he just wasted, like, 3 pages of, like, a useless argument that could have been avoided with, yes, thank you for saving our lives. I have an ego that, like, needs to be thrown down the toilet because, like, nobody gives a shit at this point. There's a war and the world is going to be destroyed, and Naruto just saved my ass and I owe him one. So, as opposed to thinking like that, Kishi wasted our time with fucking another 4 pages of bullshit. What's to be expected? Following that, Obito is having his emotional dying, dick-sucking positions. And he says, like, oh, now I understand, I think, why Nagato betrayed me. So in other words, he's fully admitting to being talk no jutsu'd after saying that he would never be. Whatever. We then cut to Kakashi and Minato, and they're talking to Obito, and they're saying like, for Rin, and he's saying, and then Obito's like, and I'm gonna do what that man once did, that man being Nagato. And he puts his hands together, and he's about to do the Rinne Rebirth Jutsu, which is that reviving technique. And I'm like, who are you gonna revive? Rin. Like, if you were gonna revive Rin, why didn't you just revive her? Fucking with the... Anyway. Like, if he's gonna revive everyone back from the war... Okay. So we're getting a repetition from the Nagato part, right? How original, Kishi. How original. Honestly, though, ain't too happy. But right as soon as he does this, he gets attacked by what looks like at first black semen. Now, I wasn't sure what this was at first until I turned the page. Black Zetsu finally comes out of hiding and attempts to possess, or what looks like to possess, Obito. He apologized and said, this is what I was truly made for. And I'm guessing, well, he was being controlled by Madara, because Madara's like, yes, I have his control now. And like, I was like, God, for a godlike creature, you look like this. You kind of look like a freaking creeper, you know what I mean? Anyways, So apparently Madara is sucking the chakra or life force, other than and shit, and maybe like a couple of other things in Obito, and I don't know what the point of that was. Now that he lost all his bijou abilities, I don't see what the point of this was. My only guess for this is that if he has this, he would be able to use his Sharingan ability, which is to teleport and to have objects phase through him. Whether it is true or not, didn't they find a way to beat it already? As long as Kakashi's there, can't they technically beat it? So, like, you know? Anywho, then we see Madara revived fully in a human form, meaning that he revived himself, even though he's been dead for centuries. Whatever. Even though he revived himself, just because I can revive myself, just because I can. You know, because I can. Okay. And he has this maniacal, evil look on his face and saying like, this is what it feels like to crush skulls. Weren't you OP beforehand? And you still lost? Sort of? Technically? There's nothing that I see that he can do now to pique some interest in this war. In fact, this was such a desperately written chapter, in my opinion, that it's like, basically Kishi saying that to us. He's stalling like there's no tomorrow. Anyways, I'm gonna end it with that. Honest to God, this chapter was like, for me, like a 6.5 on 10. Because, like, it was bad overall. Like, like, nothing happened almost. Nothing happened. There was a shitty discussion with the Shukaku. There was a emo moment with Obito again, about to actually do something, which is like a repetition of the previous chapter, of the previous ex-villain. And then Madara saying that he's now has his full power because he's alive. But what is this? I don't even. Anyway, that's it for this week's Naruto chapter, guys. This Naruto chapter review. I'm going to leave it at that. Stay tuned because I have another Naruto video being posted up tonight. It is a discussion video, which I encourage you all to watch and comment on, please. It's going to be interesting. I can't wait. It's going to be my first Naruto discussion video, and the title is going to be, I'm not going to spoil it. You're just going to have to watch it and see you later. Anyways, it should be up in about half an hour or something like that. So that's about it, guys. Have yourselves a great rest of the week. Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. Enjoy your thanks and thankfulness, and be thankful for your president, I suppose, and even though he's... Anyway, that's a whole different subject. Okay, so, yeah, that's it, guys. Have yourselves a great rest of the week. Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. Take care. Adios, and hasta luego.